Life coaches are a bunch of hacks, and the industry should be regulated or banned. This is what a lot of people who are mental health professionals are saying to me. And I wanted to make a little video about it because I wanted to really discuss with you the right way to look at this opportunity. Because if you look at this opportunity the right way, you'll actually realize that coaching is one of the best things to happen to mental health professionals in a very long time. Because mental health professionals right now are trapped in a model, and all the mental health professionals who are watching this understand exactly what I'm saying. You're being screwed over by insurance, or you're having to struggle to create a self pay practice. Maybe you're working for one of the agencies who are taking a massive chunk of the revenue. Maybe you're doing your work, but the insurance companies you're working with have people whose job it is to claw back money from you and penalize you for work that you've actually done for people using silly rules and things that really just are about money, essentially. The education industry gets you into hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of debt in order to be able to get licensed. And before you get licensed, you're being paid pittance by people who know that you need that supervision in order to get your license. And you just have to accept clients that maybe you don't want to work with or don't really enjoy working with and get underpaid for years as you go through that process. And then once you are through that process, it's like the conditions don't really get that much better, right? I mean, that is the truth for therapy. And I'm not knocking therapy because there are great people out there doing therapy and it's much, much needed. But they're just not viewing the coaching industry in the right way in terms of what this can really unlock for them and what this can really do for them. And so I wanted to make this little explainer about it. And let's think about this in an appropriate way because I hear so much complaining and so much resentment about the coaching industry. And the real answer is how do you actually view this and how do you actually respond so that you can use this as an opportunity to make your life much better and to help more people and to create a platform for yourself that gets a positive message out into the world. So, if you are a life coach who is not a mental health professional, I apologize because I may, by the end of this video, have offended you. But my job here, because I only focus on working with mental health professionals, is to talk to mental health professionals in ways that we know and we understand are the actual truth based on the level of qualifications and the level of experience that they actually have. So, in 2022, the coaching industry hit $1.4 billion. That's the source from a market analytics firm called Ibis World or Ibis World. I don't know exactly how you pronounce it, but $1.4 billion. So this is an established industry. And at the same time, what I'm hearing, and I see it all over Facebook as well, I see it all over our, ads that are running for coaching, is mental health professionals commenting saying, you must be a licensed therapist to help people and all this kind of stuff. And so I wanted to comment a little bit on this attitude because there are two ways that mental health professionals can view the coaching industry. The first way is as an opportunity, and the second way is as a threat. And a lot of people are viewing it as a threat right now. So let's talk through the case of viewing the coaching industry as a threat when you're a licensed mental health professional. First thing that people are saying is there's a ton of hacks coming into my industry and hurting people. They take a 3-month certification. That certification barely teaches them the difference between what coaching is and what therapy is. And then a lot of them come out with massive egos. And a lot of these coaches are coming out with massive egos and saying, you know what, therapy doesn't work, and I'm going to teach you the right way to handle your depression or your anxiety. Or, I'm a traumatized person, and so therefore I think I'm qualified to teach you about trauma. Okay? And I hear that case and I see that case. But the question is, what is your response? Are you going to sit in resentment while the coaching industry grows and grows and more people are hiring coaches? $1.4 billion for industry, people are buying it, people want it. And so the question is, are you going to sit and resent this industry, which is kind of like resenting a rock? You know, you can't do anything to the rock. It's just going to be there, right? You're just going to be pissed off about it. Or are you going to offer your own coaching services and offer yourself as a better alternative to a lot of the coaches who are out there offering services with, you know, barely any training or perhaps no training at all? Are you going to offer yourself as I am a therapist, but I'm also a coach and I can help you with my coaching program? Or are you just going to sit there and be pissed off about it? That's the first thing that's the first response that I have. The second thing that I hear is this industry needs to be regulated or banned. It's going to be shut down. It's going to be banned because there are things happening in this industry that I don't approve of. And my opinion here is it's not going to happen. The industry is going to stay. Why? A $1.4 billion industry means it's creating hundreds of millions of dollars in tax revenue for governments. And so the governments are going to have the same opinion. They don't want to lose that tax revenue. They want to keep that tax revenue going. And they're going to say, look, if people are buying this, then why should we get in the way of it? And there will have to be an extraordinarily compelling reason for that. And the truth is that I don't think that there's enough of a compelling case that can be made against coaching to actually get any government to take steps to regulate it or ban it. You know, people aren't dying, and while there can be horror stories, and I'm sure that you've heard horror stories of what coaches, some unqualified coaches, have said when it comes to clinical issues, I still don't think that there is the ability to make a strong enough case that people are going to understand for the government to come in and actually ban it. I just don't think that's going to happen. And the third thing that I hear people saying when they're viewing this industry as a threat is, okay, the industry's great, you know, but I can't do this because of my clinical license. And what I'll say is all the mental health professionals who I help to create coaching programs create non-clinical psychoeducational programs, which are perfectly legal for you to operate with an active clinical license, so long as you don't focus on areas that are in the DSM. Now, if you'd like to hear a little bit more about this, then you can actually check out a playlist on my YouTube channel, which has all the legal input from an attorney from New York who specializes in serving mental health professionals, and from the staff attorney at CAMFT over in California, which is the Association of Licensed Marriage and Family Therapists. And they both have a lot of things to say about coaching. They don't say you can't do it, they say you can do it. You just have to keep it in a non-clinical psychoeducational frame. So feel free to check out these videos. If you're looking at this video on YouTube, check it out on this channel. If you're viewing this video another place, go to YouTube, search for Robin Thompson, The Powerful Practice, and you'll find that playlist right there. Now let's talk about how to view this as an opportunity. So here's exactly the opportunity that you guys as mental health professionals can use coaching for. First thing is as a way to reduce your clinical hours while making more money. Most high coaching programs are high ticket, $2,500 all the way up to $15,000. I've seen programs being successful at all of these different price ranges. And so it's not about providing hourly coaching. This is my rate per hour. Here's a package of coaching hours that I'm going to sell you. No, that's not how to do it. The way that you do it is you put together a coaching program that is targeting middle class, upper middle class, and rich people primarily, and it costs between $2,000 and it can go upwards from there. But I recommend, if you're just starting, $2,000 to $6,000 depending on the program for a 3-month program. And the way that you structure this, and I have a lot more to say about this in other videos, is you're going to structure it by creating an online course, which is part of your program, and then you're going to provide group coaching calls multiple times per week, at least twice per week, and then you're going to have an online community where you're available to answer within a business day in written form to any Q&A that comes up in the program. And that's a very powerful container. Sometimes it can get better results than somebody coming to therapy for an issue that isn't strictly clinical. And then once you have that going, and you're bringing in 5 to 10 people a month into your $2,500 coaching program, what you're going to find is because you're serving in this group coaching model, you have a way to create more work-life balance while still helping a ton of people. And if you don't want to create work-life balance, if you're a person who wants to really get out there, create a seven-figure business or a multi-six-figure business, high multi-six figures, and publish books and be in the media, you're going to find that the group coaching model is the model that you can use in order to achieve that objective. You can't do it if you're just focused on providing hourly clinical therapy, because you can't duplicate yourself. Your revenue is limited if you're charging by the hour and working an hour in order to bill an hour. But if you have a coaching program, your revenue is unlimited, because what you're doing is serving in a group format, and you're doing marketing in to actually promote your program. And if you want to really get into the public eye and build a following and be the next Brene Brown, this is the kind of model that can support you as you're doing it. The hourly therapy model can't support you as you're doing it, because you can't make a big enough impact in enough people's lives by using it. So I hope that this reframe helps you a little bit, because I'm a little tired of seeing the complaining about the coaching industry when there's a lack of recognition about what this can really do for you in your career. And so on Monday at 6 p.m. ET, I'm going to provide a live training. And in that live training, I'm going to be teaching exactly how to take advantage of the coaching industry. If you're a mental health professional, exactly how to do it with an active license, the model you need to use, the financials, how to launch and make sure that your success is guaranteed. And I'm also going to give you a position that you need to take on what kind of certifications are necessary. Clue, there aren't any certifications that are necessary if you're already a mental health professional. What you need to do if you'd like to participate in this training or receive a copy of it is head on over to thepowerfulpractice.com/registration page. I'm going to put the link underneath this video so you can click straight through to it. Bring all your questions. It's going to be 100% live training. I'm going to be there to answer all your questions about this, and I look forward to seeing several of you there. Thanks very much. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I'm putting out information for mental health professionals about coaching opportunities, training opportunities, and consulting opportunities all the time. And so you're welcome to participate. If you have questions, put them in the comments below, and I'll monitor the comments and I'll be happy to answer them for you. Thanks, guys.